Coming out of an incredible high-stakes weekend in the West Midlands, Revolution Pro Wrestling is now firmly on the road to Epic Encounter, April 12th at the Vale Arena in Cardiff. And this past Sunday, for the 41st time, we were live in Southampton. Here's what went down. A match that had initially been slated to pit two contenders against each other was turned at late notice into a 2-on-1 handicap match. Those two contenders, Elvin Narayan and Chicago Desai, ending up on the same team against a man who has, as of late, made his intentions crystal clear with regard to the undisputed British heavyweight title, Will Cruz. Cruz continued to be in devastating form, making light work of the contenders despite their heroic efforts. Cruz dispatched both young men in a matter of minutes and then called out Joshua for a face-to-face confrontation. He didn't have to wait long for the champion to respond. Joshua stormed to the ring, but Cruz, apparently playing some kind of mind games, then immediately left the ring and walked away. The Revolution Road tournament also developed, the first of 4 quarter-finals taking place in Southampton. TK Cooper against Guido Biryani. Biryani, the young Italian who scored an upset win over Shah Samuels in the first round, was also the underdog here against Cooper and was just as impressive at the second time of asking. But Cooper, who won last year's tournament, would not be denied here. The headbutt messiah using his ripcord headbutt to take down Biryani. And after apparently thinking about locking in the half crab, Cooper reverted to his own leg submission, the same hold he used to win his first round match against Tom Felwell, and got the same result here. A tap out from Biryani, TK Cooper becoming the first man to advance to the semi-finals of this year's Revolution Road. Next, Sky Smithson going one-on-one with Melissa Fierce. Fierce was coming off a victory over Anita Vaughan the previous week in Coventry. Sky Smithson, of course, continuing to have her issues with Amira. And Smithson, as she so often does, resorted to underhanded tactics in order to secure the win over the hot commodity Melissa Fierce.
I am tired of this game, Amira. I am in your head and you know that I am right, and all you will ever be is a play wrestler who does some favours to get bookings. I hear there's an epic encounter, and what is an epic encounter without the villainess? So if you've got the guts and you want to prove you're a real wrestler, meet me in Cardiff.
The newly formed tag team of Josh Holly and James Ellis, collectively known as Top Tier, took their Revolution Pro Wrestling bow against Leon Cage and Tommy Vril in Southampton. Unfortunately, though, for those two youngsters, the tactics of Top Tier were enough to help them secure the victory. Holly and Ellis with a pinfall win to get their career as a tag team off to a winning start. Cameron Kai came into Southampton fresh off a second pinfall over the undisputed British Cruiserweight champion Joe Lando, a match during which Lando's tag team partner Danny Black suffered a shoulder injury. Not that Kai or his partner Leon Slater seemed to care at the time. In fact, they used that injury as a diversion to help them secure a critical advantage over Lando. Black wanted revenge of his own against Kai, so the two men went one-on-one on the South Coast. The killer instinct that Kai has learned by being part of the Slater dojo was enough to carry him home. His relentless assault on Black's injured shoulder concluding with one final devastating shot, and 3 seconds later, Cameron Kai sending another message to Joe Lando ahead of what is now a confirmed title showdown between the two at Epic Encounter. At the conclusion of our live in Coventry event the previous week, we saw a new and unwelcome side of Cowboy Way. One called Manders and Thomas Shire completely snapped after their loss to the Young Guns. Well, in Southampton, they were set for a match against the Greedy Souls and picked up where they left off. But the Souls, Brendan White and Danny Jones, were not going to be pushed around by Cowboy Way. And the match that developed between the two sides was a total brawl until yet more behavior, the likes of which we do not expect to see from Cowboy Way. The referee was taken down, low blows followed, and then a devastating lariat to secure the 1-2-3 for Cowboy Way.
One call matters, he's going on that sweet jet airplane tomorrow back to God's country, Texas. I'll be here, Worcester Hall. Anybody got any beans in their ball bag back there? Want to test old Tommy Shire? Come on down, baby.
A challenge that was immediately answered by none other than Tom Felwell. Felwell and Shire immediately engaged in a brawl, which bodes well for anyone who wants to see a vicious fight between the two in London. It looked like Felwell might get the upper hand against Shire as well until Manders got involved. Cowboy Way eventually leaving Felwell lying, but Manders won't be in London. It will be Shire and Felwell one-on-one this Sunday at Porchester Hall. What's going to happen between those two? Next, for the second time in the afternoon, we saw the undisputed British heavyweight champion Jay Joshua, this time for his scheduled non-title match against David Francisco, the man who believes that he is the rightful undisputed British heavyweight champion. Joshua was looking to debunk that claim in the 1865, and what developed was a thoroughly entertaining one-on-one match between the two until Will Cruz appeared again, shockingly attacking Francisco and powerbombing him onto the edge of the ring, clearly to cause a deliberate disqualification, meaning that Joshua lost the match. Cruz hit the crucifixion on Joshua to leave him laying in the middle of the ring before leaving the scene of the crime. Francisco then tried to get his licks in as well. He and Joshua had to be separated. Total chaos ensuing, all engineered by Will Cruz. And so on to our main event, the second quarter-final of the evening in the Revolution Road tournament. As Southampton's own, the heart and soul of Revolution Pro Wrestling, JJ Gale, one-on-one with the shining light from the French professional wrestling scene, Mr. Hype Kuro. Two very popular young athletes, two intensely gifted wrestlers. And in the final moments of this one, when JJ Gale was able to second-guess what Kuro was about to do, he converted that moment into the Gale Force off the second rope. Gale securing the pinfall victory and joining TK Cooper in the semi-finals. Great to see a handshake afterwards between Gale and Kuro, but we can perhaps expect things to be far less sporting in our two remaining quarterfinals this coming Sunday in Porchester Hall. It's going to be Connor Mills against Ricky Knight Jr., Michael Oku against Trent Seven. Which two of those four can join Cooper and Gale in the semi-finals? We will find out this Sunday, April 5th. Make sure you're there with us live in London. In the meantime, I've been Dave Bradshaw, and this was your RevPro Recap.